Welcome. This is Inside the College. I'm Maggie McMenamin, president of Union County College. Our topic this month is Black History Month, and we have several special guests, the first of which is the chairman of the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders, Muhammad Jallow. Welcome, Freeholder Jallow.
Thank you very much.
We're thrilled that you're here today.
I'm happy to be here.
We have so much on the agenda and so much to talk about. But first, before we do anything else, we want to learn a little bit more about you. I know that you're a Union County native, but born in Union County, where'd you grow up? And now you're Freeholder Chairman. Tell us about your path.
Well, I have deep Union County roots. My family's been in Union County for over 100 years. My grandfather was born 93 years ago in Cranford. He moved his family to Linden. My mother and her brothers and sisters all went to Linden High, then they moved into Roselle. I grew up with about 20 first cousins or so, living within earshot of each other in Roselle and in Linden. And then ultimately, in recent years, I grew up in Roselle, but in recent years I've moved to Union, and that's where I reside.
Now, what high school did you go to?
I went to Roselle Catholic.
Roselle Catholic.
Very proud graduate of Roselle Catholic.
Your roots run very deep in Union County.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know you went on to college at
Syracuse University.
That's right. So you did leave the area for a
Absolutely.
little while.
I got a taste of the greater outside world, but ultimately I came back. I went to law school in Newark at Rutgers, and came back to Union County.
So it's no surprise, given your family history, your deep roots here, that you decided to settle here. And I understand you have a law practice in Union County.
That's correct.
Is that right?
My office was formerly in Cranford. Now it's in Union.
When were you first elected?
I was elected for 2010.
2010.
2010.
And you just began your tenure as chairman of the Freeholder Board. And I know that you've embarked on a pretty active agenda. Tell us about some of those initiatives.
Wow. You know, we the Board of Chosen Freeholders, we do a lot. We have a lot of programs going on, our human services, our public safety, all of our support for the young people in the county, the college. And so, you know, in trying to craft what impact or change that I could make as chairman for this year, what I sought to do was expand on a lot of the programs that we already had. Related
to the college, the park system,
right.
the service to the community?
Right, exactly. And I sought to leverage, many of the partnerships that the county already has to expand on these programs. One of my favorites is the arts program.
Now, I understand you were somewhat of a performer, an actor, performer yourself?
Well, yeah. I from an early age, I participated in forensics competitions, public speaking competitions. I had the wonderful opportunity to go to national competitions in the NAACP's AXO program and the Catholic League of Forensics, which is just a wonderful opportunity to kind of get out of your local surroundings and see stellar individuals, young people from all over the nation, honestly. And, from there I also did acting at Roselle Catholic in high school and in community theater in Linden. And, I went off to school to get a degree in visual and performing arts thinking I'd be an actor. My father suggested I be a lawyer, and here I am.
Now, just for people who don't know, forensics, it's not what we're talking about, CSI forensics.
No, that's
You're talking
different.
about debate and oration. And
right, debate and oration. It was a great start for me. Having that background, when I went to college, like many young people who go to college, I'm sure you can attest to this, you have no idea. Many young people have no idea what they want to do when they get there. I looked into philosophy, psychology, all these other majors, and I stumbled upon the communication department, which had public speaking and speech writing and debate and all these things that I had been doing in high school and was excelling at and interested at.
And prepares you for your career in law and public service.
Absolutely.
So that commitment to to the arts, to performing arts and visual arts, and recognizing what it did for you in your development and certainly your career now. How's that manifesting in your initiatives here through the county?
Right. You know, a lot of young people are going into other states, Brooklyn, and you know, New York City, because that's where the arts are. And if you look at some of those towns, some of those neighborhoods, they're being developed because our students, our young people are going there. That's where they're spending their money, and that's where they're staying. And we can do that right here.
Tell us about Rahway. Tell us about your initiatives in Rahway.
Right.
That Rahway Arts District is very impressive.
The county has access to some facilities throughout the county, and one of them is the Union County Performing Arts Center.
It's a gem.
In Rahway. It's absolutely fantastic, and one of our initiatives is UC ACT. It's called Advancing Community Theater. And what we're doing there is we're providing an opportunity for community theater organizations, not professional organizations, not for-profit organizations, but community theater organizations to perform on the main stage or the Hamilton stage or the Loft and get that true, genuine theater, you know, feel that everyone who I mean, I would love to perform
As
on.
opposed to in a high school gymnasium.
You know, absolutely. You know, I would love to perform on that stage and to be able to give other people the opportunity. We just did a pilot program with Rent. You know, it was fantastic. We had over 2,000 people who attended. We did not expect it to be that big. And it was
That was at the UC PAC?
At the UC PAC. It was a huge success. And we hope to do about 6 more of those
So it was
this year.
freeholder-supported community theater at this spectacular Union County Performing Arts Center in Rahway, and you had over 2,000 people come to see the show?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know that's an actor's dream when the house is full.
Absolutely. Well, it just goes to show if you build it, they will come.
They will come.
They will
Now,
come.
I know Union County College is partnering with the Freeholder Board and the Union County Performing Arts Center in creating this new Rahway location for the college.
And that's fantastic. And, you know, we recently were at the groundbreaking for that. The opportunity for the students to learn the film aspect of it, the technical aspects really of putting together a show. I mean, it's just the synergy is amazing there. I mean, it's right next door. It's right next to the Union County Performing Arts Center. I imagine that they'll be leveraging resources and, you know, the resources of the young people with the facilities that the Union County Performing Arts Center has. And it's just an amazing synergy. The energy there was amazing. The young people are amazing. And I'm looking forward to seeing that grow into fruition.
So kids, students, potential college students in Union County don't necessarily have to go to New York or go to Philadelphia or leave the state to get a theater education. They could get it right here in the county.
Right here in the county of Union.
In a first-class facility.
Absolutely.
Certainly thanks to the support from our freeholders.
And the county college. Yeah,
it's an exciting year in Union County, certainly under your leadership as chairman of the Freeholder Board, with this incredibly active agenda that you have set out. And we're delighted to be partners with you in this 2015 year. So thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be right back with our next guest on Inside the College, and I'd like to thank Freeholder Chairman Mohammed Jallow for joining me today. I know he's got a busy schedule, but whenever we have something happening here at the college, he's one of the first people who steps up and says, let's get it done, let's make it happen. So thank you very much, and we'll be right back.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. The pressure is too much. I quit.
I get it. I can do better. Just
Please, don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union County College. Our topic this month is Black History Month, and my second guest on today's show is Mr. Frank Bolden, a member of the Board of Trustees of Union County College. Welcome, Mr. Bolden.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here.
It's good to be here.
And I heard that you did a lecture at the Martin Luther King Day celebration in Summit that was called The New Jim Crow.
That's correct.
I've heard a few people have come up to me saying that it was a pretty impressive presentation with a lot of interesting information. So I wanted to give you some time on the show to talk about that, because being Black History Month, I thought maybe we'd do more than talk about the past, but also talk about the world today and the future, how to make it better.
Okay. The new Jim Crow is a term that was used by Michelle Alexander in a book of the same name to describe the marginalization of African Americans in this country right now. You know, it's hard to believe that a lot of the gains that we made in this country through the civil rights struggles of the 60s have been eroded by this, what they call the war on drugs, which really has not been a war on drugs at all. It's been a war on African Americans. It's hard for a lot of people to believe that, because the war on drugs sounds like a good thing.
It does sound like a good thing.
It does, but when you realize that the war on drugs has been waged almost exclusively in African American communities against African Americans, you begin to realize that it has not been a good thing. It has led to the disenfranchisement of African Americans. It has led to a situation where in a lot of our cities, half of the African American men are under control of the criminal justice system. That means they can't vote. That means they can be legally discriminated against in employment. That means they can't get federal assistance for housing or for food, or even for educational or training programs.
So that's what you mean when you say disenfranchisement, the inability to vote? And
Yes.
Because of the police records?
Yes. Once these people are classified as felons, they serve their time, and when they come out, they're hit with all of these restrictions. They can't vote, they can't serve on juries, and they can't get jobs.
So they really can't be part of the American government system and changing, electing legislators. and
Not
things.
only in changing legislation, but they can't earn a living.
Tell us about that.
Well, when they come out of prison, after serving their time, one of the requirements of parole or probation is that they get a job. But when they go seeking employment, they have to check this box: are you a felon? Have you been convicted of a crime? And when they do, their application is thrown away, and they don't even get an interview. So they can't get a job, they can't support themselves, they can't support their families. It's just a depressing situation. Not only is it depressing for them, but for their families. Listen to this. If you're a convicted felon and you go to visit your family, who may happen to be living in federal housing, if you're caught in the premises, not only are you evicted, but so can your family. And in a lot of cases, that actually happens.
So if an individual is released from prison having served their time,
Right.
but they have a felony conviction, and their family has a Thanksgiving dinner that occurs in a federal housing project, they cannot attend, or else if they're caught, the family would be evicted?
The family can be, and in a lot of cases, are evicted. That's how punitive all those measures are. Under the war on crime, the war on drugs, following that implementation of that system, a lot of laws were passed to really go after drug users.
And we like
that sounded
that.
like a good thing.
It
However,
does.
the application of those laws have been exclusively against African Americans and people of color. For example, in several of our largest states, 90% of the people who've been imprisoned for using or possessing drugs are people of color.
So
90%.
that doesn't seem credible to me that 90% of the drug users are people of color. So you're saying that the law is being applied
Absolutely. That's what has happened.
unequally?
Unequally. There used to be a time when you could use statistics like that to go into court and use it as a basis for a lawsuit so that you can get to the bottom of it. But that's no longer true. The Supreme Court, through a series of decisions, has stated that you can't use statistics like that as a basis for a lawsuit. You have to be able to prove intent, that somebody deliberately was trying to discriminate against the plaintiffs, and you can't prove intent. It's very difficult to prove intent. So not only do we have these punitive penalties and systems, but we also have protection for this system from the courts. So it's a very, very difficult situation to deal with.
So you're an attorney. You're
I like to say I'm a recovering attorney.
You're a recovering attorney, and I know you have great background in law and business. How do you fix it? How do you change it? If the Supreme Court has ruled that you can't use statistics like that, what do you do?
Not only does the Supreme Court pass laws, pass decisions that protects the system, but the federal government has put out incentives for local law enforcement agencies to conduct this war on drugs. So it's a very, very difficult situation. It's very complicated. To fix it, we're going to need many different things. First of all, we have to stop the war on drugs.
Does that mean decriminalizing or legalizing things like marijuana?
That's right. In the United States, the penalties are very severe for use and possession of drugs. In a lot of other civilized Western countries, the penalties for use of little amounts of drugs is very small. They're misdemeanors. Here in the United States, they're felonies. So we need to change that. We need to stop putting people in jail for use of small amounts of drugs. And drug addiction, most people will tell you, is it's an illness, and we should be treating it as such rather than treating it as a crime.
I know that was one of Governor Christie's initiatives in his State of the State address to expand treatment services for drug addiction.
There's some good news on the horizon, because not only is Governor Christie beginning to say that we need to stop the war on drugs, but also Senator Booker, also Senator Rand,
so you're talking about
Attorney
people
General.
From both sides of the aisle are coming to this conclusion that this is turning out to be a bad thing for our young people and for our nation.
They are. Because of the number of people who've been put in jail. Look at this, from 1980s until 2008, the prison population in the United States increased from 300,000 to 2,300,000, largely as a result of the war on crime.
War on drugs.
I'm sorry, the war on drugs.
And this issue of the new Jim Crow, I know that we've just scratched the surface of it, but I know for our students and for our viewers, you've really enlightened, and for me, you've enlightened us about some of these current practices and policies that might have sounded good in a legislative hall, but functionally they're really destroying the fabric of our country. So I appreciate you coming here today and talking with us about it. And I know several of our listeners will be looking for that book, The New Jim Crow.
By Michelle Alexander.
By Michelle Alexander. So we'll put that on the message in the lower part of our screen. Thank you very much to my guest, Mr. Frank Bolden, Union County College trustee and attorney and speaker.
I like to say grandfather now.
Grandfather, okay, his new title, grandfather. But our mission at Union County College is to transform our community one student at a time. And Mr. Bolden, my guest here today, has given us some food for thought on how we can do a better job in America to really transform our community. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
You're good.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union County College. Our topic this month is Black History Month, and we're on our third segment of today's show, and we have two very special guests, my favorites, students from Union County College. Our first guest is Samuel Famosa. Samuel, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're thrilled that you're here and absolutely delighted that you chose Union County College. Our second student is Brian Seow. Brian, welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're happy to have you both here, and we're going to have a little conversation just about your backgrounds and what you're majoring in and your future, because part of how we're celebrating Black History Month at Union County College is to talk about how an education can transform our community in the future. So Samuel, where do you live?
I live in Rahway here in Union County.
Okay, wonderful. And you went to Rahway High School?
Yeah, graduated 2013.
All right, and tell us, what are you majoring in at Union County College?
I'm majoring in liberal studies right now, but I'm taking the same classes as a biology major, so you can call me a fake biology major.
Not a fake one. So what do you do with a degree in liberal studies? What are your hopes? What are your plans?
I want to take a lot of science and math classes like biology, chemistry, pre-calculus, calculus, just so that it will help prepare me for when I move on and hopefully pursue physical therapy.
So you want to be a physical therapist?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So your grades are good?
Yeah, they're good.
All right. So you're a member of any of our honor societies here at Union County College?
I'm a member of Phi Theta Kappa.
Phi Theta Kappa is the national two-year honor society for community college students. So
Yeah.
I know you must have a terrific grade point average
Yeah.
to be in that group. When are you going to graduate from Union?
I'm actually graduating this coming May.
All right. And what are your plans after graduation, Samuel?
I plan on transferring to Fuller University. I'm looking at Temple University.
Oh, that's a great school. You know, I went there.
Yeah. Rutgers, Syracuse, Stony Brook University in Long Island, and Montclair State.
Those are all great choices, obviously, terrific choices. So how about clubs here on campus? Are you involved in any of the clubs?
I'm a part of the biology club, and I plan on being more active. I wasn't active last semester because I was focusing mainly on school.
Chemistry, biology,
Yeah.
calculus? Yes, I can imagine you were
Yeah,
focusing
but I
quite a
want to
bit
be
on
more
that.
active, be more sociable with the other members, and see how things are going with the club.
So the end goal for you is graduation this May, transfer to one of those fine universities to pursue your goal of becoming a physical therapist.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank
You're a great student, and I think you're going to be a great physical therapist as well. And I should know. I know Temple University physical therapy graduates. So good luck to you, Samuel.
Thank you. I
Now,
appreciate it.
Brian Seow. Where are you from, Brian?
Okay, I'm from an African American born in Bronx in New York to Ghanaian parents, and
Where do you live now?
I live in Union, and currently a student in UCC. I'm a biology major.
You're a biology major, so you're both taking similar courses.
Yes, he's actually my classmate.
All right, your classmate, terrific.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, when will you be graduating?
I'll be graduating in 2016 in the May, so this is my second semester in
Okay, so you're a first-year student here.
first year student.
All right, what are your plans with your biology degree?
Okay, I plan of graduating to University of Pennsylvania, Columbia, or Rutgers to have my bachelor's in biology. I want to be a surgeon in the future, and so I think I need to start from a biology program before putting me to the medical school. And as a future surgeon, I need to go a lot of biology. That's study much of biology, and so being a surgeon needs a lot of sciences. And as I said, being a biology major, I did a lot of sciences, and so.
What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject, it's currently math.
Math?
Math,
Okay,
yeah.
which math are you taking now?
I'm taking pre-calculus 2 now.
Pre-calc 2.
Yeah.
So math is your favorite subject, but I imagine you're a very good biology student
I'm a good
as
biology
well.
student, yeah.
How about you, Samuel? What's your favorite subject?
To be honest, it's math as well.
Math. I got two math
Yeah.
geniuses right here. All right, I know our math faculty will be delighted to hear about that. So you want to be a surgeon and you want to be a physical therapist.
Yeah.
Two honors students here with, I understand, very high GPAs. So you're on track for success with that.
Yeah.
Brian, you said surgery, but you're not quite sure on whether brain surgery, heart surgery, orthopedic surgery?
I work in the hospital now in St. Barnabas, Livingston, and on a daily basis, I get to see a lot of surgeons, and I kind of don't know which surgery I want to do now, but as time goes on, I'm going to choose one better one I'm going to do. I feel like you really need to stick to the right one, because if you go to make a mistake now, you're going to regret being a surgeon. So I'm looking for the best and see which I'm going to choose, but definitely I'm going to be a surgeon.
Okay,
Trust me on that.
St. Barnabas is lucky to have such a bright, smart, dedicated, and certainly you're focused employee. And we look forward to hearing more about your successes in the future. Okay. Now, before we wrap this up, because really bright future for Union County and for the two of you, with young men like you pursuing education and careers in the health sciences, who's your favorite teacher? How about you, Samuel?
I would say Professor Beckman. He's my calculus teacher right now.
Your calc teacher, Professor Beckman. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of students say he's terrific. So
Yeah.
great choice. I know he's going to be delighted to hear that.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian? Favorite teacher at Union County
Favorite
College?
teacher? I have three teachers who stand out to me, and I can't really say this one is the best, but I have three best teachers, which I can mention the names.
Sure.
Dr. Roja, my biology teacher for last semester. Anna Brophy, she was my calculus teacher, pre-calculus teacher last semester. She's still my pre-calculus teacher this semester. And then Professor Bepanova, my lab biology professor.
Wonderful, wonderful. At Union County College, our mission is transforming our community one student at a time. And the ways we do that is through excellence in teaching, in classroom teaching. So our faculty aren't out there focusing on getting papers published or on generating grant revenue or on doing research. Their goal is to help students learn. And you two fantastic students with bright futures have identified 4 fantastic faculty on our here at the college, and they really symbolize a core of hundreds of dedicated master teachers and content experts. We're delighted about the future. In this Black History Month, as we look forward, we see a bright future for our county and for our students. And I want to thank Samuel Famosa, future physical therapist and healthcare professional, and Brian Seow, future surgeon, for joining me here at inside the college. Our students are bright, our faculty are fantastic, and we're delighted to be sharing in this Black History Month celebration at Union County College. Until next time, I'll see you inside the college. Thank you.